another chapter, how to say, or part of this section. This will be short though. Azure Network is a bit advanced topic, but I want to cover in this fundamental course two of them. Virtual network, known as VNet, and load balancer. Actually, I'm just improving my slide as we speak, because the full name is Azure Load Balancer. So when it comes to Azure Virtual Network, that's basically a very fundamental building block when it comes to your private network in Azure. It enables you a secure communication between Azure resources, the internet, and on-premises networks if you have on-premises, for example, for hybrid environment where with on-premise and cloud. And there can be the example could be, for example, that in a network in architecture you have first of all subnets. First subnet, let's say this one would be for maybe what is subnet? Subnet or subnetwork, that's a smaller logical division of larger IP network within your network organization. It's of course it's for security reasons mostly, but also performance, because it segments your network into smaller pieces. It's also easier to manage. So going back to the example, you have web tier on subnet 1. On subnet 2 you have another app tier, for example, and in a subnet 3 you have data tier. So for example, so you are just dividing your private network across smaller subnets. Subnets, once again, subnetworks. And next one, also network security groups called NSGs are also important part in this VNet configuration, because that's a feature which acts kind of like a virtual firewall, because with NSGs you are controlling network traffic to and from Azure resources within a virtual network. So this is very, very important. In network security groups you would have inbound, outbound rules for inbound and outbound traffic. Route tables. So inbound and outbound traffic, basically the traffic which comes in and traffic which comes out. But you know enough NSG. If you know what is NSG, for fundamentals is enough. Route tables, it's a set rules stored in network device. This is what you need to know for now. And then you could have some kind of custom and system rules. So this would be your potential Azure Virtual Network, short VNet. But where can I use it? For example, in multi-tier applications. Like here we had the example with subnets when I said we have a web, app, and data tier. Similarly, we can have it. This is like one of the use cases. For example, in web tier you would have public access with Azure Load Balancer. I will say it in the next class what is Azure Load Balancer. So a public access application tier would be for internal access. You can also have the Azure App Service to run your server, and database tier with private access, so only you can access with some SQL data, SQL servers, or no SQL like Cosmos DB. What else you can VNet use? For hybrid connectivity. So think about on-premises. There are tools like you could use VPN gateway and express route when it comes to on-premises, but it's too much in detail. Azure resources such as VNet peering, service endpoints, and then we also need for hybrid network you need internet, because on-premises and internet, and the public is the hybrid network with public IPS and DNS services, domain name services, domain name server services. So this is also what you can use VNet for. When it comes to cost consideration, think about data transfer, inbound, outbound, VPN gateways, basic or VPN GW2 as of today, or express routes for PORCOS or data transfer. Express routes is very advanced topic, but that's basically a tool which enables secure and private cloud connections, including VPNs between Azure on-premises or co-location environments. So basically that's for on-premises or hybrid setup. But let me go just to Azure again. Okay. Now I will go maybe here. So you see virtual networks, I will create one. I even have some, but I can create one. I need to have subscription, I need to have resource group and sample, VNet recording. I will make the region where I am located. Today I am located in, let's see, I am France. So then I go next. Here you have lots of security options for network encryption, for Azure Bastion. So it's about when you connect from a terminal, basically RDP or SSH. This is for developers or system admins. And you can have firewall, DDoS network. I leave it as it is. IP addresses, so the pool of IP addresses by default, we have that many, and I leave it by default. Tags, and then I will go to review and create. Okay, wow, this time validation passed without problems. Let's see how far we are. So you see, oh, this is the address space 65,000 and the subnet was 256. So you could see that the subnet is dividing my network into smaller pieces. Yeah, and this is my virtual network. So for example, in the address space I have this, which is what I wanted to show you. So I have 65,000 addresses by default. If I change this, then this will change, right? If you want to count, so basically if I change to 17 here, you see the numbers here are changing and my pool becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. If I go here, then the IP addresses will change also. So this is yeah, this is a bit more advanced for calculating the amount of addresses, but you can play with this. Okay, this I leave it by default. Here if I go, for example, to subnets, I have one subnet, so I have subnet this one, and then I can see that I have this many addresses, and then I can, for example, make the subnet smaller, or I can make the smaller subnet bigger, right? So now that's how I can divide my network. And here we have the Bastion, but which I didn't enable, but I can enable this one. DDoS protection I can enable, and then I need to have a plan. Firewall, doesn't exist. Defender for cloud. So here I will have some recommendations. Oppa, I went a bit too far. So now I will go back to home. I will continue exploring a bit virtual network, DNS. If I would have some name servers, network manager, and so on. So you can see, you can just click through everything. That's a very good. But those ones which I wanted to show you on the properties, resource group, location, what you need, was this one was very important, and address space. Then there are monitoring, automation, etc., etc. Resource visualizer, you can also take a look. And what I will show you one more thing. If I go to my resource group and I click visual, here you see that it has been added, right, the VNet, and I go to resource visualizer, then what will happen, what you are seeing is the feature of virtual machine, actually, that is visualizing my resources, and it's dividing me what I have in the network. So for example, here I have a virtual machine, then I have a network interface and the previous virtual network. I know it has this network interface has not only virtual network but also public address, also NSG. And if I go to the recording one, it's only this. Yeah. When NSG network security, that's one more thing I wanted to take a look. One network security group. So that's one, and here if I would create I could create one more network security group, TSRG, and that's how I could create a security group. So I will need to go through this. For example, if I go to that one, which was on the visualizer, you could see, for example, it was when we've been playing with some previous exercises that we have been allowing or de-allowing something when I had some problem. Maybe you remember with RDP, especially when I was connected to virtual network. So this is the this will be the Azure Virtual Network. Key points: virtual network provides private network in Azure. 1. 2. Subnets will help you to organize your resources to be more organized or manageable and secure. Network security groups control traffic flow. Service endpoints we didn't look through. You don't need to know, but in general they enable secure service access. There is something called VNet peering, but we didn't go through this. And for on-premises, you need to read about VPN, Virtual Private Network, or Express Route. Next class, next recording will be one more about networking. It will be Azure Load Balancer. I want to see you there.